Welcome to the show, everybody. My apologies. I see you guys in the chat. You guys are awesome. Adam, my apologies. Okay, finish the espresso and start. Thank you. Tone. Oh, wait, sorry. Doan. Whatever. Doan. Farzi. Working from CPT time. As always, you don't need to be late every day for an invite to the barbecue. Thank you. That's very true. I apologize. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell. For the people on the podcast, you won't be able to see this at all. But I had a massive allergy attack. I don't know if you can see it in my eyes, but oh my God. This side's a little swollen. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened, but I was trying to jack the sound on the Joel Embiid interview from yesterday, and it wasn't working for whatever stupid reason. And in the midst of that, just eyes started swelling up. Good Lord. I feel better now that the red light's on. So that's an instant feel good. Make me feel better, I should say. But yeah, anyway, I'm here, and I'm here to fight for your right as a Philadelphia Phillies fan, as a person that loves going to baseball games. I'm here to fight for your right. You're not going to be getting dollar dog days? Oh, baby, we're going to get into that conversation. Yes, we will get into the conversation regarding Joel Embiid saying no timeline. I feel like that's just something we hear all the time. All the time surrounding Joel Embiid. No timeline for a return. No timeline. Whenever he gets hurt, whenever something happens, no timeline. And I understand that you never want to give a timeline. So all that really matters right now, as far as I'm concerned, is the desire to come back. And Joel Embiid has said things like this in the past about where he is. I'm literally crying now because of this allergy. Anyway, he has said stuff like this in the past where he has already missed a lot of time in his career. And any opportunity he's going to have to be on the court, he's going to play. So if it's a torn meniscus, like it's been in the past, if it's a broken face, like it's been in the past, if it's a shoulder injury, a knee injury, gastroenteritis, whatever the case may be with Joel Embiid, he is trying to get back on the court and play. And I do admire that about him. The fact that he wants to at least attempt to power through. But one thing I don't want to see happen is it used as an excuse. And although it could be a legitimate explanation for not seeing him play at an extremely high level, legitimate explanation for not seeing him play at that high level, I don't want to hear it at the end of the year. I don't want to hear it after a first or second round playoff exit. Well, I just tried to battle through. Or see him laboring and still in the game in the fourth quarter. I don't need to see that. I don't need to see him laboring in the first half and then have to go through the entire game watching him do that. Just if you can play, and if you're healthy enough to play, and you're healthy enough to sustain being healthy without a freak injury happening, which happens in sports, people all running about, then stay off the court. I would like to see you healthy maybe next year. And yes, it would suck to not have Joel Embiid for a play-in tournament, for a playoff run, whatever the case may be. Yes, that would suck. But at least that would then be Tyrese Maxey's team, and you would get that experience under his belt before Embiid comes back the following year, assuming he comes back the following year. I don't want anything to be rushed. If he's medically cleared 10 times over, 100% healthy, then yes, come on down, man. Let's play some basketball. Love to see it. By the way, Sunday's game, I believe it is, against the Dallas Mavericks is going to be on ESPN. And I saw the promo run on ESPN, and it's Luka Doncic, Tyrese Maxey. Like, those are the headline names that they're putting out there. And I just thought, how great is that for Maxey? Like, that is the guy that they're pimping right now on the national stage. And if you think, like, well, who else are going to have? Tobias Harris? No, of course not. Are they going to have Buddy Hield? No, of course not. Of course they're going to have Tyrese Maxey. But to see his name as the name that's being put out there to draw attention to the game, Luka, followed by Tyrese Maxey, is a nice little thing there for Tyrese Maxey. So we'll get into that Joel Embiid conversation. We'll let you hear from the big man himself. We'll get into the combine yesterday. Not as great as I would have liked. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. did not run in the 40, so we don't have that time, unfortunately, but we will go through some of the 40 times from yesterday, and we got all that and more on today's program. But let's just get into this for a second. I want to make sure I have all the details correct here, so let me refer to the notes when it comes to dollar dog nights being taken away from you, the Philadelphia Phillies fan. Now, first off, if you had any soul, Phillies, if you had any soul, if you had any guts, you wouldn't just keep dollar dog day. You know what you do? You go back to college night. That's what you would do. Remember college night? I believe that was maybe a year. I think it was a one-and-done thing where they had college night at Citizens Bank Park, which essentially was like a dollar dog night. And what turned out when they just gave the game to college students, okay? When they just gave the game to college students, you remember what happened? Do you remember what happened with that? Debauchery happened. It was wild. It was insane. It was not a place to bring a child to a baseball game that was college night. I remember this because I was pretty much college age when this went down. And I just remember it was like, okay, I don't know what was more, Sodom and Gomorrah, the Roman Colosseum in its heyday, not like now, but I don't know what the hell happened, but college night was just a reason to lose your damn mind in South Philadelphia. So they went, okay, maybe not the best idea. Let's just go back to the dollar dog nights. And then what did we start doing? We started throwing hot dogs at people. You can't have that. And I saw the 6A Action News, I saw the 6 ABC report where they actually interviewed the guy. This is great. The guy that took credit or blame, whatever you want to say, for actually starting the throwing of the hot dogs. Here's how the story goes. And as I'm hearing this play out, I'm laughing my ass off because first off, this guy has a hilarious, Philly, South Jersey accent. Where he's like, we just started throwing hot dogs, that kind of thing. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And it was great. Christian McGovern was the guy's name. And somehow, magically, 6ABC caught up with him. And he was like, it all started because, we were just trying to, eat the most hot dogs, me and my friends. And this guy, he was like, hey, how many have you had? 13. He's like, try for 14. And he threw the hot dog at the guy. So this, to me, immediately starts jumping to, like, snowballs at Santa Claus type of lore, okay? And then everyone started throwing snowballs. No. So then everyone after that guy threw a hot dog for his friend to eat. Hey, you have to go for 14, go for 50, whatever it was. Everyone started throwing him after that. People are getting hit. After it happened this past season, people started calling the Phillies and like, I got hit with a hot dog. And now dollar dog days are taking away. Now, I might have been living under a rock, but I don't know when the term BOGO happened, but it's replaced with BOGO. And I'm like, what the hell is BOGO? Is BOGO like some type of like bobblehead? Is that what's going on here? Because I don't mind a bobblehead. Hopefully people don't throw the bobbleheads. That would hurt a little bit more than a hot dog. But the Phillies are going to go out there and they're going to have buy one, get one. That's what BOGO means for those that are morons like myself. Buy one hot dog, get the second one for free. You buy one hot dog for for $5, you get the second one for nothing. Okay? That's a BOGO night. That's what's going to be replaced. We literally can't have dollar dogs night anymore, and it'll be written in history when this civilization is discovered 2,000 years from now by archaeologists 2,000 years in the future, and they uncover little things at Citizens Bank Park, and be like, well, it says here in this, whatever language this is, that they had to ban dollar dog nights because Philadelphians were apparently throwing them at one another. What kind of society was doing that? And then they're going to look and see pictures of the Fanatic with a hot dog gun firing hot dogs at people's faces. 50 miles an hour. By the way, have you ever caught one of those hot dogs by the Fanatic? I can't take credit for it. My brother, directly next to me, the star of the Cure Auto Insurance commercials, my brother caught one at the playoff game last year or 2 years ago. The bat spike game with Reese Hoskins. Caught one, and the whole thing is wrapped in duct tape. I don't know who wants to eat that. Or was it gaffer's tape? Whatever it was. It was like you needed a knife, basically, which I'm sure plenty of Philadelphians had, to open it up and eat the hot dog after it was fired out of a cannon. I love the idea of we're banning dollar dog nights, but the Fanatic is going to come out and fire them at your face through a hot dog cannon. I assume that's still going to happen. And it should, quite frankly, because at least you're expecting it. You're jumping up and down. I was talking to some people yesterday, and it was just like, what, going nuts for hot dogs, going nuts for a dollar dog night? Well, yeah, because it's already expensive enough to go to a ball game. And if you get your meal for $1, well, $10, knowing how people like to attack dollar dog nights, it's a good deal. It's a hell of a deal. But I love the idea, and the gentleman's name from the Phillies that actually had to make the announcement that had to face the fire. So Christian McGovern was the fan that said his friend and this other guy started the throwing of the hot dogs. Okay. He also promised that he wouldn't throw anymore, and he made sure nobody threw other hot dogs. So they could bring it back. John Weber, who I've met, nice guy, director of ticket sales for the Philadelphia Phillies, was just basically a couple of bad apples, ruined the whole bunch is what happened. So now we have to go to a summer, ladies and gentlemen, a summer of no hot dogs. I hope you're happy. It really does feel like you're in school and the teacher says, I want 1 minute of quiet. And 1 minute of quiet will be, if you're not quiet for a minute, that'll be one more minute off your recess time. And you're quiet. And then that one kid, oh man, that one kid, that Ryan Bennett fella. Oh man, that Ryan Bennett fella just starts giggling. You cost us a minute. The Sister Thomas Ann, can you tell I'm reliving an actual moment? Sister Thomas Ann's like, no, I want 1 minute. Sister Thomas Ann's a saint. She would never do that. But I'm just as an example. Okay. And then you ruin the recess time for everybody else. That's what I feel like right now. Because a couple of people threw some hot dogs. A couple of people got the old hot dog in the face. Now we can't have our dollar dog nights. How am I supposed to bring my children to a game? And I can't even tell them. I can't even entice them with the dollar dog night. Kidding me? I've tried pushing the Philly Fanatic dolls on my kids. They want nothing to do. The Philly Fanatic, I did the polar bear plunge at Citizens Bank Park last week. Philly Fanatic was out there. My daughter came out for it, right? A little Monalutes, little Toots. She came out for the thing, and she saw the Fanatic. I was like, oh, you want your picture of the Fanatic? She's like, no. She's 4. I was like, okay, well, this will be an uphill climb. This will be an uphill battle. Really trying to get them to love it. I put the Philly Fanatic doll, stuffed animal doll, in my son's crib, in Leo's crib, and my daughter took it out and says, that doesn't go there. And I was like, what? How dare you? How dare you? Is what I said to my 4-year-old daughter's face. Anyway, so I am trying to fight for your rights that we need to get these dollar dog nights back. Yes, we can have nice things. We should be able to enjoy a damn dollar dog night. By the way, of all things, I'm not a big hot dog at the ball game guy. If I had to say my number one thing to eat at a ball game, like generally, not like some specialty food. I'm not talking about like going to Bulls barbecue or anything like that. I'm talking about like your standard, every stadium's got this kind of thing. Oh my God, nachos. I love stadium nachos. And I'll say this as well. When it comes to the helmet nacho, it's one of the greatest things that has ever happened to the concessions at baseball games. Getting away from just the basket of nachos to the helmet of nachos. Like you got the helmet, the mini helmet for the ice cream. Now you got an actual helmet that can fit on my big ass head full of nachos that, yes, will be taken home, cleaned, and then used as memorabilia and a decoration in the home. That's the way you got to look at it. So my apologies to you, the Philadelphia fan. This is where we're at in life. I do look forward to maybe looking down one day from the heavens on archaeologists uncovering Philadelphia and being like, what? Fans here? What? Snowballs at Santa Claus? And throwing hot dogs at one another? What kind of society was this? Yeah. I see what was it? Mike Green. What's up, Mike Green? It wasn't a couple, it was hundreds. A lot of kids were there. See? Ruined it for everybody. Yeah, but like a couple hundred of like 45,000. You're talking about a little group of guys. I mean, come on. I will fight for your rights. I will fight for your rights. I go stadium nachos. Never sour cream. Never do sour cream. If I'm out, generally speaking, I will have like a chicken or a beef on those nachos. If I'm making my nachos at home, very rarely will I have a meat on those nachos. But stadium nachos were amazing. I haven't been to Washington Park. I haven't been to Nationals Park in a while. They had the best nachos. They had great nachos. They weren't in a helmet, though, but there was a big-ass basket they would give you. And they were like phenomenal nachos. The salsa was great. The meat they put on there was great. The cheddar cheese. Oh, goodness gracious. The caper. Oh, my goodness. Not capers. No. What am I thinking? Scallions. Scallions. Yeah. Oh, baby. Those were the best. My apologies to everyone that looks forward to the Dollar Dog Nights. And you know what? I got to give a shout-out. Kyle Pagan, Crossing Broad. Got to give you a shout-out because you fought for the rights of Philadelphia fans. You helped bring it back and all that. And now it's gone. It's gone again. Wasting the work of good men and women across the Delaware Valley. How dare you? How dare you? thrower of hot dogs. Not Kyle Pagan. The people that are actually throwing the hot dogs. Kyle does great stuff. Anyway, so there we are. There we are, and here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of year where we say no timeline surrounding Joel Embiid. Are my eyes still red? This is like I was in a prize fight. Good Lord. Anyway. All right. I can't go to the chat yet. I'm not going to the chat yet. Let's talk about Joel Embiid. I tried to pump up this volume for you guys, but as you know, it's been about a month since Joel Embiid suffered the final knee injury, the final blow at least, that put him out for at least a month, where he's going to get reevaluated probably this week when it comes to that left knee injury. Joel Embiid, for the first time since sustaining that injury, addressed the media, where he said, of course, no timeline, but at least he does want to come back for the 10-9-8 76ers. Here he is yesterday.
I mean, there's really no timeline. It all depends on, you can never tell how the body reacts, especially once you start ramping up. It all depends on how it feels, and if it feels great, then that's good. And if it doesn't feel like he's right, then you gotta keep going.
There you go. Doesn't feel right, you got to keep going, or you got to start continue the rehab essentially, and you don't come back and you don't play. So the follow-up question, the first two questions of the media session were asked by Keith Pompey of the Inquirer. First question was that, what's the timeline? How's it looking? That kind of thing. And there's the answer there. The second is why. And it's the best question to ask. Why? Why come back? The Sixers. I hate to be this guy, but if you're asking me to be objective, are the Sixers going to beat the Celtics? Are the Sixers going to beat the Bucks? I know everyone's looking at Doc Rivers going, oh, Doc's going to screw it up. They're now, 4-0 after last night? 4-0 after last night since the All-Star break under Doc Rivers. 4-7 maybe before the All-Star break under Doc Rivers. Not great. I don't see a world where Joel Embiid even comes back and they make it out of the Eastern Conference. It's not just about making out of the second round of the playoffs. Like, I know that's the benchmark that people – that was my benchmark 3 years ago. All right? That was my benchmark 3 years ago. It's not my benchmark now. As Joel Embiid gets older, I like to see him get out of the Eastern Conference. I like to see him at least make it to an Eastern Conference Finals. Make it to an NBA Finals. It's not just, make it to the second round and see what happens. No, you got to win in the second round. I don't think this team's winning in the second round. Do you think this team's winning in the second round? I love the additions they made, and I think Buddy Hield is going to sign a deal to stay here with the Sixers for next year, and I'm looking forward to that. I hope that happens. That'd be great. Have a shooter like that in the Sixers starting lineup. Would love to see that. Not having Tobias Harris here anymore. Love to see that. Would love to see Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Buddy Hield in the starting lineup for this team. I think that's a good 1-2-3 punch. Got your outside shooter there. That's a nice little thing to have there. Ricky Council keeps on moving up in the world. Half kidding there. But I am looking forward to seeing what happens next year. This year, I hope Joel Embiid comes back, but only if he's 100% healthy. So the question here from Keith Pompey, why, Joel? Why come back?
The same reason why I was pushing the last couple of games. I just love playing basketball. I want to be on the floor as much as possible. I only have about 20 years to do this, so any chances that I get, I want to be on the floor. So it doesn't matter where we are. I don't know, 4, 5, 3, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It doesn't really matter where we are. Just want to play as much as we can and try to help us.
I would love to have you back as soon as humanly possible. No question about it. I think everybody is on that exact same page. Here's how it breaks down with the Sixers. 26-8 with Joel Embiid in the lineup. 7-17 with Joel Embiid out of the lineup. 10 games under 500 with no Joel Embiid. They average 10 fewer points per game, and they surrender 6 more points per game. I thought that would actually be more with his, rim protection down low. But that's the way it shakes out right there. But the bottom line is 10 games under 500 without Joel Embiid on the season. 7-17. If there's ever a case for him to be the MVP, that's actually the case for him to be the MVP. Screw the amount of games he's actually going to play. And how about this one last thing for Joel Embiid? On pace to become the second player in NBA history. When people talk about the historical season, this is one of the first things you can go to here. On pace to be the second player in NBA history to average 35 points per game, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. There's only one guy that ever did that. His initials are WC. Will Chamberlain, for those that don't understand. That's incredible. It's remarkable. And to watch him this year was more impressive than watching him last year in his MVP season. This year, Joel Embiid just went out and made the game look so remarkably easy. It was a joy watching him this season. And yeah, throughout the year, I was telling you, it's just entertainment. It's just entertainment. You want to see Harden gone, it happened. You wanted to see Maxey as an all-star, it happened. You have Joel Embiid, you want to see him stay healthy. It hasn't happened. But just while he was playing the game, it was remarkable. In my lifetime of watching the Sixers, I was too young for Julius Erving. I barely old enough to really appreciate what Barkley was in the real early 90s. But watching Joel Embiid, I've never seen a 76er make the game look that easy. Never. Allen Iverson was great, but watching him was like, damn, that's hard. Like watching him drive in amongst the trees, as Mark Zumoff used to say, amongst the trees, hit the floor, get up, go to the line, kind of like a little slow get up like Jim Brown in the NFL all back in the day. That looked difficult. That looked like I did not want to do that. But Joel Embiid just little fadeaway jump, splish, throw 3-point line, swish, little shimmy shake down low, hook, good, stuff like that. Looks pretty damn easy to watch Joel Embiid play basketball. And yes, if there's ever been an endorsement for him to be the MVP, this year would actually be more of that endorsement. How great he was. One of the most dominant seasons ever in NBA history. And his team sucks without 10 games under 500. The bottom line. And then I think it was Mike Sealski also from the Inquirer. His follow-up question was, so about playing in Paris. And I forgot about it. I went, oh my God, he's supposed to play for Team USA. Nope. Unless he could play for the Sixers, again, 100% healthy, without a chance of aggravating anything, hurting anything, being more injured, whatever the case may be. Unless he can come back and play. I don't want to get out of the – no, you're not playing Olympics. No. No, Joel Embiid. No. As an American, I'm willing to take the hit. As an American, I'm willing to take the hit. For my country. For my country to not watch Joel Embiid. For my country, more so for my city. For the fan base. I'm fighting for your rights today. Dollar Dog Night's got to bring him back. And Joel Embiid doesn't play in the Olympics. I think everyone's on that same page as far as Joel Embiid goes. You're not just coming back for nothing. You're not just coming back to play and, get re-aggravated and then you're out. And the thing is, as we talked about earlier in the week with Paul Hudrick, and Paul was right on the money. They're optimistic that he'll come back. The plan is for him to come back. It's just a matter of whether or not the injury will allow him to come back, which is what is not breaking news to anybody as far as that last part goes. The injury allows him to come back by actually getting healthy. But we're all on the same page, I think. Nobody wants him to rush back, but he's going to have to play games in the regular season for him to have the significant impact that he can have in the postseason. He's going to have to. Playing himself back into shape has been a thing for Joel Embiid. A lot of people were ripping Marcus Hayes this week for his story in the Inquirer, his report in the Inquirer. That wasn't an opinion. It was a report about playing favorites and guys being coached harder than other guys, even though it seemed like everyone needed to be coached harder throughout the season, especially at the end of the year. Well, Marcus Hayes was on this show a year ago. He really, a little over a year ago, he really stirred the pot by saying Joel Embiid came back from injury out of shape. And people were like, he had a concussion. How is he supposed to stay in shape? It's not just about running on a treadmill or on a bike and keeping your head still. It's about eating right. And that was Marcus's opinion that Joel Embiid ate his way out of shape. And that, oh man, people got all pissed off at that. But it's a true thing with him. He's had issues with that in the past. Eating cheeseburgers before games. What the hell? And then he moved to grapes, which I always thought was hilarious. But yeah, that's where we're at with Joel Embiid. It's always something. And I hope he does come back, and I hope he plays at an extremely high level, but he's going to have to come back and play with enough games in the season to at least take that first step in playing himself back into shape. I don't know how many games that is. 5? I don't know. Every number seems arbitrary. If it's not in the double digits, it seems like every number is arbitrary when it comes to Joel Embiid possibly coming back and having enough games to play as well and play his way into shape. So I think we're on the same page there. Moving on. The NFL Combine went down yesterday. We talked about 2 names. One is on this list. This is the 40-yard dash time, courtesy of the good people of USA Today. Peyton Wilson out of North Carolina State won the day when it came to linebackers running the 40, 4.43. How about this out of Bama? Dallas Turner, 4.46. What if the Eagles had 2 players on their team named Dallas? What? Would we just implode as a city? Possibly. Kalen DeLish, Florida State, 4.47. And then who we talked about yesterday, Edgerrin Cooper out of Texas A&M. He actually was listed at an inch shorter than his then ESPN has him at. Basically, everywhere has him at. 6'3" on the books at 230. He weighed in at 230, came in at 6'2". They're getting closer and closer to undersized, if you ask me. Kidding. And then how about this? Jordan McGee, Temple University, 4.55. Show me that speed, fella. Go down there. I know some people are going to be interested in Penn State. Curtis Jacobs, good day running the 40, a 4.58, not too shabby. And how about this? This is interesting. I saw, oh, damn it. What's his name? It wasn't just Curtis Jacobs. It was Chop Robinson of Penn State. He ran a 4.49 for the defensive ends. For the defensive linemen yesterday, not just linebackers, but he ran a 4.49. I saw, oh, damn, why am I forgetting? Louis Riddick on ESPN say the 2 people that jumped out to him. One was Jared Verse of Florida State, who ran a 4.59. Overall, just had great measurements and was great. He's just a pretty versatile defensive lineman. And then Chop Robinson was the other guy out of Penn State that Louis Riddick was really impressed by. So that's just some things right there. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. did not run the 40 time. The Hatchet Man, as he's becoming known. But he did run the shuttle. Best short shuttle times for linebackers. Now, according to Dane Brugler of The Athletic, the target is 4.28, around 4.28. Trotter came in at 4.40. The leader yesterday was Steel Chambers, 4.23. Tommy Eichenberg, 4.24, and then you see Jeremiah Trotter there at 4.40. Look, I still think if he's there on the board, late second round, early third round, Eagles again have 1 first-round pick, 2 seconds, a third, and then 3 5s, I believe it is. I would totally expect them to move back into that 4th round somehow. But I think that's prime spot for a linebacker. Edgerrin Cooper is the highest rated linebacker in the draft. I think that's a guy that you obviously would love to see on this team. Jeremiah Trotter Jr., the thing that everyone talks about with him is instincts. I was talking about his instincts yesterday. As you would assume, being the son of a pretty damn good linebacker, obviously same position, your instincts should be pretty good. Inherited and coached. So everyone's raving about his instincts. It's a matter of whether or not the physical ability will be there. When it comes to the instincts, it's great. Speed, when we see it down the line, will hopefully be great. But as far as quickness, Shuttle Joe measures that. Not great, but not terrible. Not great, but not terrible. Would still love to see him in an Eagles uniform. Or Edgerrin Cooper. We could keep the hits coming there. As far as the rest of the week goes with the NFL Combine, the way it's going to shape out after yesterday, defensive linemen and linebackers. Today is defensive backs and tight ends. Defensive backs and tight ends. Another day. That also gets started at 3 o'clock today. Saturday's the big day. Quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs. the glam positions, if you will. And then O-linemen, just a day where you get to enjoy watching the big fellas run the 40-yard dash. That'll come on Sunday, so we can enjoy the hell out of that. As of right now, not a lot of heads turning other than Edgerrin Cooper, a guy we'll be keeping our eyes on. If you really want to see a linebacker settle in here with the Eagles. One last thing before I get to our chat check and how great this is. Alex Coffey, another Inquirer writer I'm referencing today, in reference to Dollar Dog Day. I think she won the internet yesterday. Alex Coffey, the plan? Smuggle 500 hot dogs into Citizens Bank Park and sell them for $1 to bring Dollar Dog Night back to Philadelphia. And then she puts the picture of Nathan for you. Brilliant. 227 retweets, 2,500 likes. One of them, a being moi. Alex Coffey's got your back. And she also got great Phillies coverage. Phillies, by the way, won yesterday 5-0 against the Toronto Blue Jays. Christian Pache, a home run for himself. Not too bad. By the way, I think I said Bryce Harper hit a home run. He did not. He hit a single. I don't know why I thought he hit a home run, so my apologies for my error during yesterday's program. I'm hoping it didn't ruin your day. Hoping it didn't ruin your day. Let me tell you about the great people at the Game Time app, ladies and gentlemen. You want to go to a game? Want to go to an event? Want to go to a concert? Game Time app is where it's at. Download the Game Time app to your phone. Use promo code Farzy and get $20 off your first purchase with the Game Time app. That's right. Flash ticket deals, last-minute ticket deals, and also ticket deals. How about this? Still an hour after the event starts for mega huge Kajunga savings at the Game Time app. So download the Game Time app to your phone, and don't forget about this. If you find tickets on another app for less money in the same section and same row, Game Time app will get you back at 110% of the difference. How about that? Just use promo code Farzy when you download the app. You create an account and use promo code Farzy. You get $20 off your first purchase on the Game Time app. How about MyBookie? MyBookie.ag. You want to get involved in all the action? Want to bet on the games? MyBookie.ag. Maybe sports betting not your thing. You can bet on the world of politics. You can bet on the world of television at MyBookie, MyBookie.ag. So download the MyBookie app to your phone, create an account, use promo code Farzy, and get up to $1,000 redeemable cash bonus at MyBookie, MyBookie.ag. Want to bet on the Sixers? You can do it. Want to bet on the Flyers? You could do it. Heard John Tortorella talking yesterday. Playoff push. Last 22 games of the season. Let's go. You can bet on it all at MyBookie, MyBookie.ag. Download the MyBookie app to your phone. Use promo code Farzy. Get up to $1,000 redeemable cash bonus at MyBookie, MyBookie.ag. How about PHL Sports Nation, Philadelphia Sports Nation, enhancing your Philadelphia sports fan experience across all social media and blogs? That's PHLSportsNation.com. And finally, Sky Motorcars, SkyMotorcars.com. Check out Brett's amazing inventory at SkyMotorcars.com. Let's get into the chat check and see how you wonderful people are doing on this fine Friday morning. Happy weekend to you, folks. Happy weekend. Fuji, good morning. Brian Grant, yo, bro. Yo, Brian, what's popping? Fuji, good morning. Happy Friday to all. April, good morning, April. Farzy on that dealer time again. April, Miss Scusi. Did you see the eye? One guapo. Been a minute. Farzy got the allergies again. See, usually it's Mally that tries to indict me for smoking a ganj. I don't smoke a ganj, okay? I haven't even had a cigar in months. I can't remember the last time I even had a cigar. I can't remember the last cigar I had. And I love smoking cigars. But it's been a battle. It's been a battle, folks. It's been a battle. Mike Fuji, fight for your right to party. There we go. Done to Shields. I get what you're doing there. In as done with Embiid on the Sixers. Oh, I don't like that. That's not nice. I don't like that one bit. Mike Fuji, what's going on? How you doing? April, what's going on? The longer they wouldn't give dates, the less likely it was to happen. What a bummer. It was fun. Yep. Morning, Fuji and Guapo. Adam's exploits. Thank you, Adam. What's going on? Don't forget medium play. Slate is idiotic comments. Oh, that's great. Medium play slay. Adam? So who is it? Sean Kilrain came up with Chiriani? Adam, I'm going to go with you and medium play slay. Can I get a medium play? No. Not the large. Not the biggie. Sean Kilrain, good morning. Liberal City taking away dollar dogs. You surprised? I do. I blame the libs. I blame the libs. And you know who else? I blame the conservative, the far right way. Don't those words just make you cringe? Like, in all honesty, people talking politics, doesn't it? No offense, Don, whatever. You do your thing. But like when people start, well, it's the liberals or it's the conservatives, I'm just like, I don't. You guys are really passionate about your teams. I just look at you, just like, oh wow, you guys are really excited about this. This is like, is this how non-sports fans look at people that are sports fans? Like, in my circles, there are non-sports fans that kind of just zone out whenever we as a group talk about sports. And usually what they defer to is, what are you guys talking about? Or it's like, oh, Embiid, yay, sports, like that. And I'm like, is this how people feel when people start talking politics? This guy, that guy, this lady, that lady, this group, that group. It's like, okay, you both might be right. But medium play slay will be my takeaway of the day. Sean Kilrain, long lines of throwing hot dogs at people. Sealed the deal. Probably. Ooh, Mike Foods, you remember College Night. College Night was an ish show. Working for the Phillies, I don't miss that. College Night was insane. We had the college shirts like John Belushi from Animal House. Just college on a red shirt. Just college written across a red shirt. I know, real creative. I think I still have my shirt somewhere around here. And it was like you would expect. All right, and next we feed the Phillies that strike out to the Lions. And the Lions would come out and eat those Phillies. Oh, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, this shouldn't be long. So just give me 1 second. Phillies college nights. Phillies theme nights, college nights. Not seeing it. Not only losers on college night. Phillies not the only losers. Wow, what website is this? I don't even know this website. All right, here's where my computer gets a virus. If my computer just all of a sudden blows up, you'll know. 2007! Holy Stromboli! So you still had Ryan Howard in an MVP season, following his MVP season. Still Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins, Cole Hamels. Yeah, Cole Hamels was up 2007. They made the playoffs in 2007. Kyle Kendrick came up in 2007 from Double-A and was one of the Phillies' best pitchers towards the end of the year to help seal that division. And we had college night that year. I was 2 years out of college at that point. And yeah, I just remember it was like Roman Coliseum. Feed these players to the Lions. There was that much debauchery going on. Kyle Loesch was a deadline. Well, no, he was a waiver wire claim. What other random Phillies were on that 2017? 2017. So we got the big three. Abraham Nunez. Wow. Aaron Rowan in center field. There you go. As Al Morganti used to call him, Chief Broken Face. Oh, my goodness gracious. Wes Helms. That was the Wes Helms here. Tadahito Iguchi. Rod Barajas. Jamie Moore, Adam Eaton, Goo, Kyle Loesch, J.D. Durbin. Good Lord. It was the Freddie Garcia year. Pat Gillick tried to bring in Freddie Garcia to help us out. That didn't work. Guy's a workhorse everywhere else, but not for the Phillies. Only appeared in 10 games. Good golly, Miss Molly. Anybody else jump out here? Jose Mesa was still on that squad? No way. Mike Zagurski. Oh, the Polish Prince. He wasn't on the team long enough to have a nickname. Anyway, 2007 debauchery during the college nights. This was a bad idea. Mark, WTF, how did you never hear of the term BOGO before? April, when I decided that I was going to talk about it on the show, I was like, April's going to call me out. I'm not even kidding. I was like, April's going to call me out on this. Yeah, I know. I'm a big dumb idiot. What do you want from me? Phillies fans ruin everything. Those hot dogs were nasty. Anyways, yeah, they were. They were never good. They were always gross. The bun, because they're being made at an alarming rate. Like, they're not taking the time for quality checks. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I'm sure they made so many ahead of time that they were just big old sweaty messes by the time the thing ended. Ringo Island, hello. Yes. Nick caught a hot dog. Best thing he's ever done in Philly. Yeah, okay. My brother is not Nick Sirianni. And for the record, I only have one brother, and he is older than me. 3 years older than me. Fun fact. Sean Kilrain, what's going on? No hot dogs, but we have the new additions that include a toy double-decker bus, a bucket hat, a Fanatic lunchbox, player giveaways, including Bryson Stott. What, Sean? Are you working for the Phillies? You're promoting their giveaway days? Trey Turner, July 26th. Bobble figurines. Hey, that's nice. That's nice. How many games do you and Nick get to go to every day? All right, Ringo. I don't think Nick would like me too much after what I've said about him in the last couple of months. Like, he should be fired. Like, he has been neutered. Actually, come to think about it, that's actually what you would say about your brother, right? John, Fanatic Lunchbox sounds amazing. I do get jealous if you go to a game and it's like 14 and under. 14 and under, get this. And I'm like, oh, well, I want one. And then you have kids and you bring them. Let me ask you this, just for the chat, because I'm struggling with this now. What's a good age to take the kids? Like, where they'll kind of pay attention? I'm not even using an age for me. I'm gauging interest from my daughter when she walks in the room when I'm watching a Phillies game and how long she'll stare at the TV. That's one way I'm going about it. The other is I'll just break down and be like, no, I got to take this kid to a game. And then hopefully she walks in the stadium and goes, wow. Now, when she was there for the polar bear plunge for the Special Olympics that I did a couple of weeks ago, she did think it was pretty cool to be at the stadium. So I wonder what she would think to be there, packed with people, Phillies playing baseball, what she would think of it. But yeah, they might get a Fanatic lunchbox. That'd be fun. That's Mike Green saying it wasn't a couple. The helmet was a good keepsake for the nachos. The helmet was great. It is great. April, Mark, we have a restaurant and food truck here called Nacho Shack. I think every time I eat there, it's amazing. That does sound like a dream come true. We just bought it. I don't want to brag, but we just bought a new air fryer. Okay, yeah. And it's pretty ginormous. And the nachos you can make in that thing. Fantastic. So good. I always bring a bag of barbecue sunflower seeds to a game. That's pretty solid. Sean Killer, break out the Visine, Farzy, for those eyes. Those bloodshot eyes. I got the most bloodshot eyes. I do. Sean Gillespie, thanks for joining us. What's going on? Mike Green, you think when he comes back as in Joel Embiid, he won't be in game shape, another lost season? Yeah, that's the thing. At the end of the year, start burning games. The way you look at it right now with your Sixers, let's see here. Look at the rest of the season for the Sixers. 33-25 on the season. They got essentially a month and a half worth of games. If you rest him for another month and you have him come back April 2nd, you got 7 games left. That's with another month. If that's what he needs. Look, we don't know. He's going to be reevaluated in the next couple of days, within the next week at most. Is 5 games, 7 games going to be enough to play him into game shape? No, but it'll be a step in the right direction at least. Yes, I do think if he comes back, he still helps the team. But he's got, again, the basis of this is that he's healthy. He's got to be 100% healthy. There can't be any like rev up period as far as the knee, the meniscus is concerned. There has to be a ramp up period when it comes to getting back into game shape. Has to be to even get him close to what he was before the injury. So that's what I'll look at for Joel Embiid. You got about a month and a half. Takes another month and a week. We'll still have a week to ramp up, get into some form of game shape. As far as the standings go right now, though, in the NBA, and the Sixers play the Hornets tonight. As far as the standings go right now in the Eastern Conference, where the Sixers are still, okay, they moved up to the 5th seed right now in the Eastern Conference. The Orlando Magic took the place of the Pacers. Pacers been knocked down to the play-in tournament. They're the 7th seed with the Heat a half game behind them. And the Bulls in the 9 seed at 18 and a half games out of first place. So that's getting interesting. But the Sixers are a game behind the Knicks for the 4th playoff seed. And they're even with the Orlando Magic. 13 games out of first place for the 6th seed. And tonight they got the Hornets, who suck. So to answer your question, if he comes back with enough time to ramp up before the playoffs, then yes, I think he helps the team. Andrew Dirk, speaking of playoffs, yeah, how about them Flyers? Before the season, I would like to recant what I said before the season. Don't make the playoffs. That's what I said. I don't want the Flyers to make the playoffs. I just want them to have a rebuilding year. Just have the younger guys get better. Show me what TK can do. You know, as one of the primary goal scorers for this team. Give me a captain by the season's end. And, Coots getting the captaincy. Wonderful. Lovely. Let me see a step forward from Carter Hart. Yee. That didn't work. And you know what? As the season has gone on, and I kept on expecting this plummet, thought it would happen in late December where they lost 4 in a row. And they ended up bouncing right back to win 5 in a row. And then they lost 5 in a row. So that wasn't great. And then they've gone through a tough stretch right now. But they got about a month, the same time as the NBA, actually. They end their season 2 days after the Sixers. But as of right now, they are 31, 22, and 7 on the year. They got the Capitals coming up tonight in D.C., 7 o'clock puck drop. As the standings go right now in the NHL, with those 22 games left on the season, the Flyers are 3rd in the Metro right now with 69 points. Nice. And that's where they're at behind the Hurricanes and the Rangers when it comes to the Metro division. As far as the conference goes, those 69 points have them at 2, 4, 6, 8, 8th in the conference. So they're within playoff contention. They're in playoff contention. And my official ruling, recanting what I said at the beginning of the year, give me playoff hockey. Been thinking about this a lot. When I do my weekly hit with Bill Colarulo, he's always the Flyer. He always gets in the Flyers. So what do you think about the Flyers? My man had a Flyers shirt on yesterday, and I'm just like, yeah, make the playoffs. Screw it. Just make the playoffs. If you could give me some playoff hockey again, do it. Oh, we won and done. Fine. Give me the playoffs. I need playoff hockey, especially if the Sixers are not able to play themselves out of the play-in tournament. Give me playoff hockey. Please and thank you. That's my ruling on the Flyers. I would love to see playoff hockey back in Philadelphia. We may not get dollar dog night, but we might get playoff hockey. Sean Kilrain, I'd like to get Peyton Wilson, ran a 4.4, Trotter Jr., Edwin James for linebacker. I am on board with every single one of those fellas. And to give you those numbers one more time, Peyton Wilson, 4.43 at NC State. He won the linebacker division of the 40, so good for him. But yeah, I'm all about that entirely. Bottom line is they need a linebacker. And if you could get one that you could draft, yeah, you do that. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, this is great. Hold on. Good morning, all. Mihai Sanchez. I can go for BOGO hot dogs. There you go. Flyers March Madness is here. Wow. All right. Have a great weekend. Spring is there. Mihai always with the mic drop. The Mihai mic drop. Spring is here this month. That's good to know. Don't forget Little Play Slay, Farzy. That's pretty funny. Who knew Dollar Dog Nights were political? Thank you, April. Yeah, it's crazy. Thanks, Mark. We were welcome, April. Or Adam. Scusi. Sorry. Between tickets, parking, and food, it's crazy pricing anymore. Here's the thing that makes me feel old as hell is that I remember my dad taking us to games as kids and just being like, the price for this nowadays. And my dad is far from like a cheapskate or anything like that. My father and his brother, he pays for quality. My father will pay for quality. And like listening to him, be like, to take a family afford it. And me, my brother, and my mom, we're all sports fans. And it was just like insane. And I remember one time I took my family to the movies. It was like my birthday and I had all this birthday money. When I say all this birthday money, I had like $50, right? And I have a big family. And this is way many years ago. This is like in the 90s. I took my family. I wanted to be a big shot and pay for my family to go to the movies. I was like in 5th grade or whatever the hell it was. And I took my family to the movies and I paid, and it was like $50. And I was like, this sucks. Like, this is what being an adult is. I was like 11, whatever I was. Like, this sucks. And now, I am an actual adult, I have to admit. And now I think about taking my family to a game, and I'm like, damn. Like, just if you go to the game with your friends and you buy a round of drinks, that's like $100. Like, forget about it. Oh, my goodness. That makes me feel old as hell. Be like, oh, these prices today. Tell Bill Spadaro we aren't a fan of high school Harry. People really like me yelling at Bill and Bill yelling at me and us yelling at each other. Sean Kilray, not working there. I just figured I'd spread some joy on the giveaways. Very good of you. It's in all seriousness, Sean. Thank you. Sean Kilray, very good of you. 6 to 10 years old. That's a great age to take a kid, says Sean, because you don't have to carry them around. Less work for me. Thank you. Antonio Alfonseca on the 07 Phils? Holy shit, yeah. The old 6-fingered man. Wait, am I thinking of the right guy? Yes, I am thinking of the right guy. Yeah. Wow, yeah. You wouldn't happen to have 6 figures on your right hand. Anyway, there you go. Think you better root for the Flyers and Phillies. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it. April, you're just asking to get hurt with playoff hockey. Meh. Like, put it this way. I literally do have zero expectations. The only thing I want, the only thing I'll ask for in whoever they would play in the first round, which would obviously be a team that's far better than them, the only thing I would ask for, the only thing I need is give me a come from behind win in one of the 4 game or one of the 5 games, because you won't get swept then if you win one. Give me a come from behind win where you score like 2 late third period goals. I know that's very specific, but what I'm saying is give me that rush of playoff hockey and the come from behind win in a playoff hockey game. Give me a first goal. Give me a first goal of a game where I lose my mind and be like, this is the first 5 goals. You're going to win this game 5-2. That because playoff hockey, I've said it before, baseball and hockey are the 2 sports of the 4 major that elevate to an insane level to what they are during the regular season. Hockey and baseball, it's a whole different ball game where all of a sudden every trip down the ice is the game. Every pitch is the game. In those 2 sports, it's just edge of your seat stuff always. That's why I love playoff hockey and playoff baseball, of course. Thanks to everybody in the chat. You guys are wonderful as per usual. Get to our morning rush brought to you by Sky Motor Cars, SkyMotorCars.com. Flyers, Sixers in action both tonight. 7 o'clock tip-off for the Sixers in South Philadelphia against those Charlotte Hornets, who entered the game at 15-44 on the season. That's not a good record. That's a bad record. So they're in Philly tonight for that 7 o'clock tip-off, and then the Flyers are in D.C., as I mentioned, taking on the Capitals for another 7 o'clock puck drop on this first day of March. Don't forget about that. Capitals coming to this game 27, 22, and 9 on the season. Flyers, once again, 31, 22, and 7 on the year. Did you see this? I wanted to get this one. I know, a hockey stat. I'll give it to you. I just saw this number last night. Austin Matthews, who played the Flyers a couple weeks ago. Good God, man. Most goals through 60 games in the last 30 seasons. Scored a goal last night, 53 through 60 games. That's more than Yager, who had 52 in 95-96. Lemieux, also 95-96. Those damn Penguins teams, who had 51. Connor McDavid had 48 last year. And Alexander Ovechkin, 07-08, had 48. Holy Stromboli, folks. Holy Stromboli. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Austin Matthews is good at hockey. Look forward to checking in on the Sixers over the weekend and the Flyers as well. Also, hey, Wings game tomorrow, 1 o'clock, Wells Fargo Center. Come on down and hear me announce names and goals out loud into a microphone as the PA announcer for your Philadelphia Wings. So come on down to a game. I believe it's Superhero Day, so kids can dress up as their favorite superhero. How about that? Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. My name is Mark Farzetta. That is the Farzy Show presented by MyBookie, mybookie.ag. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Enjoy the first couple of days of March. See you guys later. Bye.